Good vibes are on the way.
I love the feel-good stories.
Oh, there'll be sarcasm mixed in, but that just adds to her charm.
So great. I love listening.
Welcome to Erin O'Malley's Feel Good Frequency.
Hi. Welcome back to Erin O'Malley's Feel Good Frequency. I'm Erin, and I've spent the majority of my adult life living in Boston. So the shirt I have on today, I Heart New York, is something that probably all Bostonians would not be happy with, but there's a very specific reason why I'm wearing it, and that is because I just got back from New York City, and it was the trip of a lifetime, and I am so excited to share it with you because, wow, it turned out so much better than I could have ever dreamed. All right, so let me back up a little bit. I love doing this podcast. I am having the best time with it. The one thing that I don't have that I really need is publicity, promotion, because I'm finding great people to chat with. I think it really helps when you surround yourself with really good people in life. So then it's not so difficult to find people who are making the world a better place and interview them. But I don't have 10 grand a month to get a PR firm or whatever, because if you've not been with me from the beginning, maybe you don't know, I was a radio DJ here in Boston for 24 years, and that ended with corporate cuts in March. So I started this in the beginning of April. So right now I'm kind of just, living on severance, which is not going to last forever. But as far as my husband is concerned, it's like, I don't care if you bring another dollar into this house. I am so grateful that you are so happy that that is my priority. And I'm so thankful that I married that well. So this isn't about money for me. This is about, I want to make as many people as possible know that life can be really good and that there are so many great people out there doing things that maybe you know nothing about that are really making the world a better place, because we spend so much of our energy and time hearing about the bad, the negative. And I just got tired of it and started this podcast to remind you of the positive. So that's my whole goal of why I'm here. But I had this idea probably, I don't know, maybe a month or so ago, 2 months ago. I've had this idea to go to New York City with my podcast sign and just try to get it on the Today Show. I know that sounds crazy, but it's the one morning show where audience is shown. People in the crowd are still shown. I feel like every other one is in a studio. So I'm like, if I can get my logo seen by millions of people across the country, that would be amazing. And it would just be the cost of going to New York and not trying to spend thousands of dollars I don't have on PR. So, okay, that's my goal. So one of the greatest people in my life, her name is Lynn, took off work because she is employed in the biotech industry. She's a genius. And she took off work to cheer me on and help me make this dream come true. I had the signs made. I was ready to go. We had the train tickets, the hotel, everything. And I found out maybe 2 days before that they do not let you have commercial signs on the Today Show. How I did not know that, I don't know, because I did go through a ton of different articles and things about signs and never saw that. So it really deflated my little bubble that I had. I was very excited, and I thought, oh my God, this was the one way that I was thinking to really promote this, and what am I going to do now? We decided we're going anyway. So what? Let's go and let's see what we can do. Anything is possible in New York City. And the second you start thinking about it, you hear, if I can make it there, I can make it anywhere. And you're singing to yourself. And yeah, that's how I kind of got myself ready to go. And we went. And the morning of the Today Show, we get there. I have my signs just in case they change the rules or something, which, side note, they did not. But we did have shirts on that said Erin O'Malley's Feel Good Frequency. So my logo was on TV millions of people saw it, and it was pretty cool. But it was also a blink of an eye second, if that. And I was still happy. I was excited. I'm like, you know what? We got the logos on. And the producer even said, we don't allow commercial advertising, but you guys have these shirts on and, it's fine. Thankfully, he wasn't going to make us take them off or flip them inside out or anything like that. And mission accomplished to a certain extent. But I still was a little like, what else can I do? What else can I do? We got up so early for the Today Show that we went back to the hotel, took a nap, and I woke up with this epiphany of what we had to do. And I said, Lynn, I'm going to make these signs into sandwich boards, and I'm going to wear them around this city. I'm going to wear them around Times Square, give out my business cards. And she was so funny because she goes, well, there are a couple extra signs. Did you want me to wear it? And I go, no, you're off the hook. Good enough that you are here taking off of work to support me. Don't worry about the signs. I just need you to be my social media guru, take video, pictures, that kind of thing, so we can put it up online when we're back. And she's like, cool. So I made up these sandwich boards, one on my front, one on the back, and we took off to Times Square with my business card. Now, if you've never been to Times Square, I fit in perfect. I had just passed somebody that was in I think, Iron Man costume on the way back from the Today Show. So I knew that me being in sandwich boards was like, ain't nothing but a thing in the middle of New York City. And I was right. So giving out these business cards, and we're meeting different people, but I want to do something more. And I really wanted to go to the Stephen Colbert show. I knew it was taping that day. I had no idea who the guests were going to be, who was on it. Because when I went to the show, it just said registration closed. And then it said there were no standby tickets or cancellation or anything like that. So in other words, we could not get tickets to that day. And so I knew that people had to line up, though, by 3:45. So I go, hey, we got people that are stuck in a line. Maybe if we go to it, we can just run back and forth in this line and give out my business card, because they're not going anywhere. Times Square, everybody's moving. Everybody is going to some place, and very few people are just standing still, unless you're dressed up as the Statue of Liberty. That person was standing still. But I didn't even bother with the card for that person. So I digress. We walk up to the Ed Sullivan Theater and start talking to people in line. And I explain to them what I'm doing with this podcast, that I'm tired of the negative. I want to try to make the world a better place by showing people who are doing just that. People that are starting charities, people who are donating organs to strangers, those who have taken some awful event and found a way to help others with it. I mean, really, the interviews that I have been blessed enough to do already blow me away. I'm so thankful to everyone who has been on this podcast with me. And so I'm in the line. We're both giving away business cards, and I'm explaining this to people, and they're enthusiastic and excited. And it was just, these are my people. I was so stoked. And then as we're doing this, I'm going through Instagram, and I see Drew Barrymore is going to be on the Colbert show tonight. And I'm like, oh my gosh, are you kidding me? So I start telling the people in line, I think you're going to see Drew Barrymore. I think Drew Barrymore's here. And then a couple people said, no, it's America Ferrera. Sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. But Drew Barrymore was the first person, when I made a list of who I would love to have on this podcast. There are a couple famous people on it, and she was first, because I just feel like what she's doing every day is what I'm trying to do on a weekly basis with this podcast. Just finding people who are uplifting and positive and making the world better. And that's just who Drew seems to be. I've never had the pleasure of meeting her at this point. So I'm like, oh my gosh, she would just be the ideal guest. Okay. But then I'm thinking, well, this is not going to happen now. She must have taped it yesterday, because that also happens a ton with these shows. And Colbert doesn't tape on Fridays. So I'm like, oh, okay. So it made sense to me. He must have taped this with Drew last night, not tonight, as I'm standing there talking to people telling me that she is not going to be there. But I really like these people. This was a great area, lots of good energy. So we were staying around there and giving out business cards. And I started talking to some people that were in security and just nice people. And I felt a lot, I don't want to say safer, but I felt like this was more of an area that I could give out business cards in and not be in the craziness of Times Square. Okay, so we're there for quite a bit. And then I started talking to one security guy, asked me what I was doing, and I was explaining to him about my podcast. And he said, oh, okay, there's some guys here that were worried that you were a threat. I'm like, a threat? What am I a threat to? Who am I? I'm like, believe you me, I don't even know what I'm doing in general. I'm just winging this whole promotional tour of mine. And the last thing I would ever be to anybody or anything is a threat. I'm every time I see a dog go by, I'm stopping and petting the dog, etc. So there was another guy that I was talking to. I think his name is Martin. And he said, okay, so when Drew comes, I'm going to need you to go over there. And I go, I'm sorry, what? Did you just say when Drew comes? He goes, yeah, Drew Barrymore. And I go, no way. And I got so excited. He's like, all right, if you're going to fangirl, then I'm going to have to send you across the street with paparazzi. And I go, no. I can't believe she's going to be here. I didn't think that she was on. I thought she was on last night. And he goes, no, she's going to be here. Now, seconds later, this SUV pulls up and Drew Barrymore gets out. Now, I, at this point, am behind a metal gate on the same side of the street as her. I'm not all the way across the street with the rest of the paparazzi. There's a woman next to me and then a guy next to her who has a longer camera like paparazzi do. But again, I didn't really think much of that. I just thought that they were like me, just a fan told to stand behind the railing. So we're standing there. I still have my sandwich board sign on, of course, and my hat that says Erin O'Malley's Feel Good Frequency. And just in case, I have a business card in my hand. And Drew gets out and they're screaming, Drew. And she starts walking over. She sees my sign and she starts walking over toward me. And she's just a couple feet from me and sincerely looking at the sign and says hi. And I say hi. And I explained to her, I live in Boston and I'm here to promote my podcast. And you're actually my dream guest. And she said, so tell me about the podcast. And I said, I interview people who are making the world a better place. And I feel like that's you. And she said, that's what I do. That's what I'm trying to do. And I said, I know every day you are doing this. And she's like, I would be honored to be part of your podcast. And I think I might have blacked out for a second, but I ended up giving her my business. I said, would you take a card? She's like, of course, I would be honored. And so she takes it and she goes, I'm going to be in touch, girl. And she winks and she walks away. Now, at this point, I'm thinking to myself, only in New York. This could not have just happened to me. Then the woman next to me says, oh my gosh, can I interview you? And I said, sure. I have no idea who she is or what she represents. I'm happy to talk about this experience that I just had that was literally like surreal, leaving my body kind of experience. Did that really just happen? I was excited enough about the Today Show. This is a whole other level. So she starts asking me questions. Tell me about your podcast. What are you doing here? And I said, I'm just trying to promote what I'm doing because I don't have the money to hire somebody else to do it. And you know, I'm Gen X. We're the generation that used to sleep outside of department stores for great concert tickets. So this is just how I know how to promote and operate. And I said, I have a notebook that when I first started this podcast, I wrote down a couple celebrities that I would love to speak with. And she's first on the list. And I cannot believe that I just was able to pitch this to her and talk to her. This is the coolest thing. And so we had a really nice chat. She filmed the whole thing, didn't think, again, much of it. And then when we were done, I said, oh, what is this interview for? Who are you here with or whatever? And she said, oh, I'm a social media influencer in New York City, and I'm going to tag you so you'll see it up on my page. Her page is Mick NYC. So it's M as in Mary, ICK, M as in Mary, ICK, NYC. She has almost 1 million followers. And she did this beautiful video about me running into Drew Barrymore and how this kind of thing only happens in New York. And at last check, it had 1.4 million views. 1.4 million views. I could cry just talking about this because when I say you never know what a day is going to bring, you never know what an idea is going to bring, you really don't. And put it out there. What is the worst that can happen? Nothing. So I was blown away by this woman and this interview and the fact that this even happened at all. So back to the moment when Drew went inside. So a guy came over and just started talking to me, definitely a security looking guy. And he's bald, looks like he could be a cop, and was asking me about my podcast. So I'm telling him all about it. I figure he's just one more person like asking what I'm doing there kind of thing. And then after about, I don't know, 10 minutes, we were just really having a great chat. And he said, "So what's your story? Why did you start this?" I told him. And after all of this, he goes, "Okay, yeah, I'd be comfortable with you being on stage with Drew." And I go, "Excuse me? What?" He said, "I'm her security and I was vetting you because when she walked inside to the Colbert show before she even went to hair and makeup, anything, she took a picture of your business card and your phone number and sent it to her producer and said, 'I want to get this girl on the show.'" So, yeah, my mouth is still dropped open as well. I did not realize the guy was vetting me. I guess I passed. And I have no idea what is going to happen from here on out. But I will forever say that Drew Barrymore is absolutely as awesome as you hope she is. She is so down to earth, so genuine. I am excited and I welcome whatever happens with an open heart and a grateful one. And it was life changing. It was life changing because lots more people have now heard of my podcast and are downloading it. And I'm super thankful. I'm super thankful. So yeah, like I said, even if nothing comes of all of this, something great came because more people know that I'm doing this and I can hopefully help uplift people and keep your spirits up and remind you of your power and your strength and your gifts that you have to give the world. Don't let them just sit there as thoughts in your head. Make them happen. And this brings me to my shining bright spotlight guest, someone who, when I met her, really had a great idea of how she wanted to make the world a better place and the difference that she wanted to make. But she was afraid to take that step until she did.
It's time for the Shining Bright Spotlight on Erin O'Malley's Feel Good Frequency.
So I'm with my friend Tracy Ferreira. Hello.
Hello, beautiful.
So grateful to have you on. I have wanted to talk to you on the podcast for a while, and I feel like today's topic is perfect to bring you into because it's all about going after your dreams and making something that may seem like a far distant accomplishment, something that's right in front of you that you can do. So when I first met you, you were doing massage therapy part-time, but you had a full-time job that was consuming you. I remember you worked more than 40 hours a week as, was it billing and accounting, kind of running an office in corporate. So what about that was the catalyst for you being like, I can't do this anymore? Like, how did it come about that your part-time job was the one that you wanted to really just laser focus on?
Well, I love connecting with people. I love helping people. And sitting at a desk is just, that was not serving me and bringing me the satisfaction that I needed. I was married at the time, and although he was a beautiful person, um, he was okay being comfortable, and I wanted more, right? So you had two people just wanting different things in life. And when I realized I'm just unhappy in this place that's so stable and comfortable, I want more. I decided to just go ahead and pursue my dreams. And, it came with a lot of sacrifices and risks. But hey, I'm worth it. And I deserve to explore this lifetime and see what I'm capable of grabbing in this lifetime.
so many people that have a dream don't go after it because they're looking for a path or there's no blueprint as to how to get to where I need to be. But there was no exact path for you either. You just made one. How did
Yes.
you tell your boss? What happened that was this is the day that it's happening and I am done with the corporate world. I'm putting myself first.
The morning of my divorce hearing, I went in my boss's office and I just said, "This is it. I'm giving you my 30 days notice. I love you to pieces, but I'm going to do what I love full time. I'm just going to go for it." And I did. And I never looked back. I just never took that decision in vain and gave myself the opportunity to be successful and do what I love.
Now, most people that do something like this start off by working for somebody else. You immediately started your own small business, but it's anything but small now.
I just got super busy because the universe followed. When you choose you and say, "This is my purpose," and there's no looking back, and put your energy to where it needs to go, the universe will support it. So I just got so busy that I hired another exceptional professional. They got busy, and then everybody got busy. Then before you know it, we're a wellness center of 10. And we're respected and regarded by the best book of clients, the best community.
I so love that. And now it's not just a massage therapy place, it is a healing center, which is just so big. I feel like it's even bigger than the first dream you told me about. It's
Yeah.
remarkable. And you're so great about making sure that anybody you bring on your staff is very much the same mindset as you. They are healers, they're positive people, they love what they do. And I feel like if all businesses were run by people like that, it would be so much nicer to go to work for everybody. And
Yep.
you have carried that on, and it's such a beautiful thing.
Thank you.
And you've clearly never regretted your decision.
No, not at all. And anytime things get tough in business, it's tough. I just look back and think about why I'm doing what I'm doing and just remember where I came from.
I mean, you guys survived COVID.
Yeah, COVID was scary, but we survived COVID and we bloomed. I think I had 3 providers at that time. So we managed to grow, and it was just about, all right, we have this amazing client. Who's the best fit? Let's help this person, right? So just helping one person at a time.
And you not only do, like I was saying, the massage therapy, but also you do facials. You help people that are in pain, but also people that are going through things that are heavily weighing on them. And you have Reiki and you have acupuncture. It's just incredible how many services you now offer out of this one dream you had years ago that you just pursued with everything you had.
Right. I just wanted to find as many modalities as I could to help people. I mean, life's tough.
I feel like women especially are starting to really take the me time seriously. So there's no better time to be in a business like this because finally women are doing something that we have been told for decades, forever to do, and that is put your mask on before you help anybody else. And we're so good at
Absolutely.
helping other people that
Hmm.
it's difficult for us to help ourselves. And a business like yours is such a great reminder that we need to come first because if we do put ourselves first, fantastic things will happen for those around us because we have that much more energy to help them and to care for them.
Yeah. And it's all about making your day more intentional too, right? Instead of letting a day go by, just trying to have the most opportunity and great moments in your day. Sometimes it starts with self care, sometimes it ends with self care, but it's making your day intentional, doing what you love, and just choosing you. Even if it's just an hour focus, a focus hour to just kind of think of your aspirations or just quiet space that you want to create for yourself. It's so important to capture all these moments and make your day intentional. So instead of just letting that day go by.
That's such a great way to say it. You did something for me that I will never forget, forever grateful for. When I was going through cancer, I had never done a Reiki treatment, and I had heard about them through my sister, and then I asked you, and you're like, "Oh yeah, I do that." And so every time I had a chemo appointment, I would see you the day before, and it was so I felt so empowered after it. I felt very clear-headed. I felt like I had the universe on my side. It helped keep my spirits up, and you would never let me give you a dime for it, which again just shows what a helper you are. You are not, and you never have been in this for the monetary value of it. Although I'm a big believer that if you do what you love, the money will get there. But
Yeah,
that's something that's also beautiful because the universe helps take care of you when you take care of others. I'm a big believer in that.
absolutely. My success is defined by how many people I help, not the revenue my business brings in. And then when somebody's going through something, whether it's a hospice call I'm on or cancer treatment, or, you know, I can't in good faith, be opportunistic of that moment. I want to just help people get through that time.
And honestly, that shows that you're in the right profession as well, because that
Right.
is your
Yeah.
focus, is making
Yeah.
people well.
Definitely. Absolutely.
I love that about you. Is there anything that you regret? Are you happy where you are? Do you wish you had done something different? Are you glad you got out of corporate?
Um, I'm proud of all my moves. And part of life's journey is just healing the chapters of you that were tough, right? And even though I'm this healer and I have this level of success, I'm still working on healing me. I remember not having the opportunity to go to college at 17 or 18. I had to take care of my disabled mom, and I was working 3 jobs, and I'm in college now. So anything that I have regretted before, I'm doing now, right? But no regrets. I'm going to keep choosing me. No matter where life takes me, I'm going to show up as the helper. And I know the universe will always support it because I'm not going to look back. I'm just going to keep going ahead.
I love that. And I love that you are making the world a better place. And you have shown that you don't need to have a blueprint or a complete plan. Just do it. Whatever it is,
Yeah.
just do it. As far as any of us know, this is it. What are you waiting for?
Yeah, just do it. Yeah, exactly. What are you waiting for? What do you want to do right now in this moment? Just go for it. You can be so many things in this lifetime. Don't put pressure on yourself to choose one career, one path. Just get out there.
How can people find you? What is your website?
So the website is www.tracyandcompany.biz. That's TRACYAND company.biz.
BIZ. I gotcha.
BIZ.
You are just a spectacular human, and I am blessed to call you my friend. And thank
Right
you.
back at you. I mean, you're so inspirational, Erin. I mean, watching you go through everything you've gone through too. I think it's so important to surround yourself by all these superheroes, and you're one of my superheroes. I love you.
Oh, I love you, girl. Thank you so, so much.
You're
And
welcome.
I appreciate your time today, and I appreciate you in my
Thank you
life.
for having
Thank you.
me.
Thank you so much, Tracy. Such a lucky person to have her as a friend. So I was thinking about another friend of mine who also took a big leap of faith. She was an engineer. I want to say structural engineer, because she went to different buildings to see what was wrong with them and then would have to write up reports and all of that. And she's really social and cool, and she's like, this is not what I want to do with my life. I literally am sent to places to find out what's wrong with them. So she ended up going back to school, and now she's a nurse practitioner, and she helps people every single day and absolutely loves it. But talk about a completely different career path. Had to go through so much schooling again, but has never been happier in her life. And I love that for her. So I hope if you take anything away from today's little chat, it's that you can do it. Whatever that is, that secret idea or path in your heart that you have been holding and thinking about for so long, there's a reason you're still thinking about it. Maybe that's where you're supposed to be. So find a way to get closer to it. I promise you, it is going to make you feel whole and fulfilled. And it's another way of putting your mask on before you help others. I know I always hated that saying, but I hate to tell you too that it's true. So keep that in the back of your mind. It is important now, I feel like more than ever, to highlight the people who are doing good and who are making the world better, because we've heard plenty about those who aren't. ErinO'Malley'sFrequency.com is where to go to email me. Tell me all about that person. Maybe it's you. I would love to have you on the podcast. ErinO'Malley'sFrequency.com. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you have a terrific week. I will chat with you next time. Bye.